Little People, Big World. Star Zach Roloff has sold his house for $1.2 million. Tori Roloff and Zach Roloff officially divorce. And finally, Tori Roloff arrest. Why? Tori Roloff arrest. I will explain everything. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, we're diving deep into a story that's been making waves among fans of Little People, Big World. For nearly 2 decades, we've watched Zach and Tori Roloff share their lives with us through love, laughter, and the challenges of raising a family. But in 2024, Zach and Tori stepped away from the show, hoping for a quieter life. Little did they, or we, know that their story was about to take a dramatic turn. A house sold for $1.2 million. A divorce that broke hearts. And an arrest that left everyone stunned. This is the untold story of Zach and Tori Roloff, a tale of love, loss, and the strength to carry on. By early 2025, whispers began circulating online. Something was off with Zach and Tori. The couple who once seemed unbreakable was showing cracks. And then came the news that confirmed what many feared. Their marriage was over. But before we get there, let's start with the first big clue, the sale of their Washington home. In June 2025, Zach Roloff made a move that sent shockwaves through the Little People, Big World fan base. He listed the family's Washington home for $1.2 million. This wasn't just any house. It was the place where Zach, Tori, and their kids had built their lives after leaving Oregon in 2021. Purchased for nearly $1 million 4 years earlier, this 3,300 square foot haven was a symbol of their fresh start. 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, an open floor plan, a massive kitchen with gleaming countertops, and a cozy fireplace. It was a dream home for a growing family. But by mid-2025, that dream was fading. Sources close to the couple say the decision to sell was both practical and deeply emotional. With rumors of marital trouble swirling, the house had become a bittersweet reminder of happier times. Zach standing here, in the heart of the home. This kitchen wasn't just where meals were made, it's where Tori baked Jackson's first birthday cake, where Lila giggled as she smeared frosting on her face, where Joshua took his first wobbly steps. The backyard, with its 2 acres of space, was where the kids ran free, where Zach built a makeshift soccer goal for Jackson. Every corner held a memory, but those memories weren't all joyful anymore. Zach. Selling the house wasn't easy. We poured everything into this place. It was our escape from the chaos of the show, our safe space. But after a while, it started feeling like a weight, like every room was holding onto something we couldn't fix. Tori and I talked it over, and we knew it was time to let it go. Tori. I cried when we made the decision. That house was where we became a family. I can still see Jackson running down the hallway, hear Lila's laugh echoing from the playroom. But it also reminded me of the fights, the late nights where we couldn't see eye to eye. Selling it felt like closing a book I wasn't ready to finish, but I knew it was the right thing. The property hit the market in June, and let me tell you, it was a gem. 2 acres, modern design, close to the city but with that countryside vibe. Buyers were lining up. The $1.2 million price tag reflected the upgrades they'd made and the rising market. Honestly, it sold faster than we expected. The official word came on June 15, 2025. The house was sold. The profit over $200,000 was a financial boost, but sources say the sale was more about moving on than cashing in. With their marriage reportedly on the rocks, splitting the proceeds was a way to ensure fairness as they navigated what came next. Source. Zach wanted a clean break. The house was too big for him alone, and Tori didn't want to stay there either. They agreed to sell it and divide the money. It was one of the few things they could agree on at that point. Picture this: Zach boxing up toys, Tori sorting through photo albums. The kids asking, "Why are we leaving?" It wasn't just a house sale. It was the end of an era, and it set the stage for the bigger news that would soon break. Zach and Tori's love story was one for the ages. They met when Tori was working on the Roloff farm, a tall, bubbly woman who caught the eye of the reserved Zach. Their 2015 wedding was a little people. Big world highlight hundreds of guests, a rustic ceremony, and a promise to face the world together. For 10 years, they did just that. 3 kids: Jackson in 2017, Lila in 2019, Josha in 2022, and countless memories later, they were the couple fans rooted for. But by August 2025, that fairy tale was over. On August 12, 2025, court documents confirmed what had been rumored for months. Zach and Tori Roloff were officially divorced. The reason listed? Irreconcilable differences. But what led to this heartbreaking split? Let's rewind and unpack the journey that brought them here. Their marriage wasn't perfect, whose is? On the show, we saw glimpses of tension. Moving to Washington in 2021 was a big shift, pulling them away from the Roloff family support network. Raising 3 kids with achondroplasia brought unique challenges: medical appointments, societal stares, and the constant juggle of parenting in the spotlight. Sources say these pressures built up over time. Marriage counselor says, public life can amplify every stress in a marriage. For Zach and Tori, you've got the added layer of raising kids with dwarfism, navigating health issues, education, and identity. That's a lot for any couple. If communication breaks down, those cracks can turn into canyons. Tori, we fought for it, you know. We love each other so much. 11 years. But the last few years, it felt like we were drifting. The kids kept us going, but we couldn't find our way back to each other. Deciding to divorce was the hardest thing I've ever done, but I think it's what we both needed. Zach, I'll always care about Tori. She's the mother of my kids, my partner for a decade. But we hit a point where staying together was hurting us more than helping. We wanted to show Jackson, Lila, and Josha that it's okay to choose happiness, even if it looks different than we planned. The divorce agreement was surprisingly amicable. Joint custody of the kids, a fair split of assets, including the house proceeds, and a commitment to co-parenting. But behind the legal terms was a family in transition. Jackson, Dad, why can't you and Mom live together anymore? Zach, Buddy, sometimes mommies and daddies realize they're better friends when they live apart. It doesn't mean we love you any less. It means we want to be the best we can for you. You'll still see both of us all the time. Jackson, okay, Dad. I just miss how it was. Zach, me too, kiddo. But we're gonna make this work, I promise. Jackson, now 8, took it the hardest. Lila, 5, and Josha, 3, were younger, but the change was felt across the board. Zach moved into a smaller place nearby, while Tori stayed in a rental until she could settle. They kept up family traditions, birthday parties, school events, determined to keep life stable for the kids. They're doing their best to shield the kids from the mess. Zach and Tori might not be a couple anymore, but they're still a team. They've been spotted at Jackson's soccer games together, even laughing like old times. It's not perfect, but it's progress. The divorce rippled through the Roloff clan. Amy, Zach's mom, was heartbroken but supportive. Matt, his dad, praised their maturity. Even Jeremy and Audrey, Zach's twin and sister-in-law, reached out with love. Amy, seeing my son go through this breaks my heart. But I'm so proud of how he and Tori are handling it. They're putting the kids first, and that's what matters. Matt, life throws curveballs. Zach and Tori are facing this one with grace. We're all here for them, always will be. By late summer 2025, Zach and Tori were finding their footing as co-parents. But just when it seemed like they'd hit a new normal, another bombshell dropped. One that would test them even further. News anchor. Breaking news tonight. Tori Roloff, known from Little People, Big World, was arrested for driving under the influence in Washington. The 34-year-old was pulled over late last night after reports of erratic driving. She was released on bail this morning and is due in court next month, October 15, 2025. It was a night that would change everything again. Tori Roloff, the mom fans adored for her honesty and warmth, found herself in handcuffs, The story shocked everyone. How did it come to this? Let's break it down. According to the police report, Tori was driving home around 11 p.m. when a passerby called 911, reporting a car swerving on a quiet road. Officers pulled her over, and she failed a field sobriety test. Her blood alcohol level was just over the legal limit, a mistake that landed her in jail overnight. By morning, she was out on bail, but the damage was done. Tori, I'm so sorry. To my kids, my family, our fans, I messed up. I was in a bad place, and I made a terrible choice. I take full responsibility, and I'm getting help to make sure this never happens again. My kids deserve better, and I'm going to be better. What pushed Tori to this point? Sources paint a picture of a woman under strain. The divorce had left her juggling single motherhood, finances, and the emotional fallout. That night, they say, was the breaking point. Source: Tori was exhausted. The kids were with Zach, and she had a rough day. Court stuff, moving stress, you name it. She met a friend for dinner, had a couple drinks, and thought she was fine to drive. It was a lapse in judgment, not a pattern, but it was enough. Imagine Tori that night. Alone in a new place, the weight of the past year crashing down. She wasn't a party girl, she was a mom who hit a wall. And that one decision spiraled into headlines. Psychologist? Divorce can trigger a cascade of emotions: grief, guilt, fear. For some, alcohol becomes a crutch. Tori's not alone in this, it's common. The key is she's seeking help, counseling, support. That's a sign of strength, not weakness. Zach. When I heard about the arrest, my first thought was the kids. Tori's their mom. She's human, she stumbled. I'm not here to judge her. I'm here to support her. We've got each other's backs, especially now. Zach didn't hesitate. He took the kids for a few extra days, gave Tori space to regroup. Fans were divided, some criticized her, others rallied behind her. But through it all, the Roloffs closed ranks. Amy. Tori's part of our family, divorce or not. She made a mistake, but who hasn't? We're praying for her and helping however we can. Tori pleaded guilty to the DUI charge in November 2025. A fine, community service, and mandatory counseling, a light sentence, but a wake-up call. She's vowed to turn it around, and those close to her believe she will. By late 2025, Zach and Tori were piecing their lives back together, not as a couple, but as a family. The house was gone, the divorce was final, and Tori was rebuilding after her arrest. Their focus? Jackson, Lila, and Joja. Zach. We started this podcast to share our story. Ups, downs, all of it. Divorce doesn't erase what we built. We're still in this together for our kids. Tori. I'm not proud of every choice I've made, but I'm learning. We want our kids to see us as real people, flawed, but fighting to be better. Raising Heights became their lifeline, a way to process, connect, and show the world they weren't giving up. Episodes about co-parenting, healing, and even Tori's arrest drew millions of listeners. It was raw, honest, and a testament to their resilience. Tori leaned back into her photography, finding solace behind the lens. Zach started coaching Jackson's soccer team, carving out a new routine. They weren't the couple from the farm anymore. They were something new. They're stronger apart than they were together at the end. Zach's got his groove back, and Tori's rediscovering herself. The kids are thriving. That's what keeps them going. The Roloffs rallied around them. Amy hosted holidays, Matt offered advice, Jeremy and Audrey sent care packages. It wasn't the life they'd planned, but it was theirs. Zach and Tori Roloff's story isn't over. A house sold for $1.2 million marked the end of one chapter. A divorce tested their love. An arrest shook their world. But through it all, they'd shown what family really means, standing together, even when the ground shifts. What's next for them? Only time will tell. But one thing's certain, they're not done fighting for happiness. More update. Tori Roloff pregnant rumors. What it's rumors true? No, Tori Roloff is really pregnant? And Little People fans slam Tori Roloff for dangerous parenting decision in new photo of 3 kids in family car. I will explain everything. The 31-year-old Tori posted a photo of herself wearing a denim dress with no sleeves. As she teased her gorgeous legs, the Little People, Big World actress walked across the wooden floor in brown sandals. Flexing her long arms, the TLC actress clutched a pair of sunglasses in her palm. She wore matching gold bracelets and earrings as accessories. She had highlights in her brunette hair that reached her shoulders. With the comment, "Had to check out the Abercrombie denim sale," Tori shared the photo. Previously, the mother of 3 had disclosed whether or not she was expecting her 4th child. Tori ended speculations that she was thinking about expanding her family earlier in August by posting on Instagram, "No, I am not expecting. One of my children was miscarried, and the other 3 were delivered by C-section. I feel like my body has been through a lot." After delivering baby, Tori admitted that she struggled to be comfortable in her own flesh. As she said, "I think we have been pretty open about the fact that we do not want any more kids," she said. "No, I am not expecting. One of my children was miscarried, and the other 3 were delivered by C-section. I feel like my body has been through a lot." After delivering baby, Tori admitted that she struggled to be comfortable in her own flesh. Additionally, the TV celebrity considered having plastic surgery to boost her self-esteem. "I thought about getting a belly tuck or doing anything else because I have a belly. But I am also thinking, God gave me 3 beautiful children, and He gave me this life that I am so happy of. My body's ability to bear 3 babies to term, sustain 3 cuts, and yet be able to run about makes me proud," she added. "I have no remorse about my body and am utterly amazed by it." In his concluding remarks, the TV personality stated, "You have no concept how destructive it could be to a mother who cannot have more babies, who may wish to have more kids. I don't." The 3 children that Tori and her husband, Zach Roloff, 33, have are Jackson, 5, Josia, 1, and Lila, 3. By the end of July, when the couple celebrated their 8th wedding anniversary, the baby rumors started to spread. A slideshow of pictures from Zach's wife's trip to the lake was shared online. Tori looked gorgeous in a floral dress, while Zach looked casual in a t-shirt and shorts. "To my favorite human, happy anniversary," Tori wrote. "I am so grateful to God for your choice of me, and I enjoy being your wife. I adore you, sweetie. I still cannot get enough of you, even after 8 years and 3 gorgeous babies." In the past, when Zach Roloff revealed health problems associated with having dwarfism, fans of Little People, Big World voiced concern for him. There are now speculations that Zach has cancer, and those same worries have significantly increased once more. However, is there any validity to these rumors, regardless of their origin? I will describe everything. Because of his achondroplasia dwarfism, Zach may have bowed legs, obesity, and delayed motor development due to its impact on bone growth. Zach has had this specific type of dwarfism his entire life and flourished at sports, mostly soccer, throughout the most of his childhood. Zach's health issues have been a problem throughout the years, though, since he has already had to have leg strengthening and back surgery. Notwithstanding the reports, Zach has not publicly stated that he has any form of cancer. Even the source of the rumors is unclear, but somehow, Zach's health appears to be seriously deteriorating, according to fans. His history of intermittent health issues is well known, but a cancer diagnosis does not appear to be one of them. Zach was diagnosed with degenerative disc disease on Little People, Big World, which has resulted in a shrinking spinal canal. Zach does not have cancer, but it surely has to do with his dwarfism. At least he has not told anyone yet, and neither has his wife, Tori Roloff, reported receiving a formal cancer diagnosis. While Zach's health does frequently come up on the show, Tori disclosed on Instagram in March 2021 that she had her own difficulties after miscarrying that child. Sadly, Tori lost the baby that would have been their third child when she was 6 weeks pregnant. She and Zach already have 2 children together. On Instagram, Tori wrote that learning they had lost the baby had made her feel never so heartbroken, angry, and afraid in a single time. Viewers of Little People, Big World had already witnessed Tori and Zach lose their dog Sully to liver cancer. At the time, Sully was only 3 years old, and Zach and Tori were both devastated by the loss. Following the episode, which featured Zach and Tori bidding their dog farewell, Tori posted on Instagram that she had imagined their son Jackson growing up with Sully by his side. Like Zach and even his parents, Tori has expressed her concerns about the health issues that her children may encounter in the future because both of them were born with dwarfism. In season 23, when it appeared that their daughter Lila was suffering from a more serious ailment than a stomach ailment, Tori said that she was more worried about her children than she would be if they were normal height. You always have this background of what could be wrong when you are raising 2 kids with dwarfism, she noted at the time. And I am a little more sensitive when it comes to ensuring that my children receive the right medical treatment. Little People fans slammed Tori Roloff for dangerous parenting decision in new photo of 3 kids in family car. Tori, 32, and her husband, Zach Roloff, 33, have already faced criticism for their parenting choices. A popular Reddit forum with that topic's concentration reposted a photo of Tori and her 6-year-old son Jackson. Jackson was seen standing next to the TLC star, who was occupying the front seat of the car in the selfie. Behind the mother and son were Lila, age 3, and Joja, age 1, buckled up in front-facing car seats. Are they not doing any studies on vehicle safety? Though through the Reddit post, Washington is among the states that prohibit parents from putting their infants in a forward-facing position until they are 2 years old, according to the article's author. Furthermore, they are little individuals, thus it will likely take them longer to meet the standards for height and weight that face forward. She and Audrey, the Reddit user, concluded, I swear they do not know how to keep their kids safe in a car. One person said, they just do not care, in the comment area. And more admirers said, eek, so dangerous. It is astounding how uninformed people may be regarding their children's safety. They look up everything online, do not they? Another said, I look up everything on Google. She only needed to read the dang car seat manual, not Google. A fourth commenter shot back, is not challenging. Nonetheless, they seem to be indifferent to it. But according to a fifth, they are free to do anything they please on the land. It seems like they are never watching the children. Her fans were frightened by a recent photo of Tori's eldest child. The TV personality posted family pictures to Instagram yesterday. While watching basketball games, Tori took pictures of her husband Zach Roloff and son Joja. Additionally, the reality TV star took a photo of Jackson playing court. The 6-year-old, dressed in a black t-shirt, shorts, and red sneakers, seemed to be hurrying across the court while dribbling the ball. Tori commented, "My guys," on the photo, adding a basketball emoji and a white heart. However, Jackson's legs, which were obviously bent in the photo, caused Tori's social media followers to quarrel in the comments area. Please, Lord, lead Zach Roloff and Tori Roloff to the best physician to repair Jackson's legs, a worried admirer said. The poor little boy must be in pain from basically walking on his ankles, because every time I see them, they get worse and worse. Please, Lord Jesus, take him under your wing. Soon after, Tori replied, My son has never once complained or shown signs of leg pain. He is being cared for by the greatest medical experts and loving parents. Transfer this information to a different location. Tori's upload of photos from Joja's rodeo-themed birthday celebration earlier this year raised concerns among Jackson fans about his health. Many readers remarked on how Jackson's legs looked crooked, and some of them asked him whether he would get surgery to fix the issue. What a gorgeous family, someone said. It is fun to see your show. Is he going to have any additional leg straightening surgeries? An additional individual said, check out the Shriners in your region. They will help Jackson without charging you. I believe Jackson had surgery to repair his legs, asked a third admirer. One admirer remarked, Jackson's legs are becoming increasingly arched. This child must be really painful to walk. When a video of Jackson walking down an airport jetway went viral last month, it shocked fans. To help correct the bending in his legs, the TV personality's child had surgery in 2021. As the whole family boarded a plane for summer vacation, Zach and Tori talked about some memories of the future. Tori shared a number of images and videos to Instagram from the start of their trip. They included pictures of the family seated in their seats, staring at them as they took off. Tori recorded a video of herself following Jackson and Lila down the plane's longboarding tube. Jackson had a blanket and a knapsack slung over his shoulders. Right beside him, Lila was holding two frozen dolls. Walking alongside her mother, Lila assured her that she would not become sick on the flight. The long, quick steps of Lila and Jackson were on full display as they raced down the slope. The image calmed the elementary school student, especially after a video that had been uploaded a few days prior showed Jackson walking to Joja's crib, while the young child laughed. The video showed that even after having surgery to straighten his legs, Jackson's legs are still bowed. The way Jackson walked frightened a lot of people. According to the original Reddit poster, I feel bad for Jackson. It appears that the surgery was futile. I hope they can help him walk in any other way they can. No more today. What are you thinking about this gossip today? Let us know in the comments and stay tuned by subscribing to our channel to get more updates like this. Thank you.